No one talk about this.
I don't know why. It's no way for a woman to develop the type of muscle density that we carry today without it. Women, if you are in a field with me in training, do not.
네, 여러분 안녕하십니까? 유튜브 헬창TV 션입니다. 오늘은 보디빌딩 역사상 가장 우승을 많이 한 보디빌딩 레전드 아이리스카일 선수님을 모시고 또 인터뷰를 진행하려고 합니다. 그래서 first of all, thank you so much for having us. And it's a great honor to interview the bodybuilding legend. So would you kindly introduce yourself to our subscribers?
Hi, you guys. I'm Airiskyle, 10 times Miss Olympia. That's right, 10 times Miss Olympia. And I have won the Arnold Classic 7 times.
So 10 times Miss Olympia and 7 times Arnold Classic.
Exactly.
Wow, that means you have achieved something that no one have ever achieved. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. I'm still awe of my accomplishments. I was an athlete who competed in the most prestigious event, which is the Arnold Classic and the Miss Olympia. So I went back to back and I found that very challenging.
Yeah, it's a great of all time. It calls GOAT. Yeah, well, after your success, Miss Olympia's division was cancelled for a few years. And then in 2020, it made a comeback. So, do you have any plans to come back on the stage?
Wow. That's what we called the question of everyone's mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Physically wise, I think I'm probably like 90%. To be real honest and frank with you, I had enough. It's a milestone that I have set in the sport. I'm going down in history regardless if I decide to come back or not. And I think it's time for me to close that chapter.
Ah, okay. Well, since your debut in 1994, well, I've seen your changes. As you know, bodybuilding is not just for the hard work, but also it requires dedication and good genetics. And many male bodybuilders are giving information and talk about their transformation process. But unfortunately, there's no information about the female competitors. So, what do you think are the limitations of the woman's figure can achieve in a natural?
Well, you have to understand natural has a lot of meaning.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to start with your genetic makeup.
Yeah.
You only have limitations there. If you take two bodies and put them in the same room and they duplicate the same activities, one person is going to always come out better. So your limitations on supplementation, the way you train, your mindset, and your determination is going to determine that natural body's capability.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that if you don't have a great genetic makeup, you're going to reach that limit really fast, and you're probably going to gas out, meaning that you're not going to be able to be as thorough as a Mr. or Miss Olympia athlete, because let's be frank, it's the black market supplements that a lot of us are taking to enhance the body. A natural athlete, who knows?
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to vary, definitely for a natural.
Well, I saw a lot of your pictures, and I can see that your genetics are crazy. Can you share your transformation stories?
I've always been athletic as when I was younger. I played several sports, basketball, cross country. I played volleyball. I played softball. You can consider my bringing more of a tomboy. I used to do all the sports the boys did. So I already had that foundation, but I didn't actually get into weight training until I was 20.
Oh, really?
So I blossomed late, but my determination and my will, my stamina, all the things that it takes to develop that look, I was totally fully in at 20.
That's the start of the legacy, right?
Yes.
So you prepared everything on your own?
I sure did. I did all the diet, I did all the training, and the mindset.
Wow.
On my own.
So how much time did you work out? I mean, how long did you
I
work
was a
out?
little bit obsessive. I did 2 hours of cardio, sometimes 3.
3 hours cardio.
I worked out large body parts anywhere up to 2 hours. So back, legs, automatically at least 2-hour training. I did abs and calf every other day. It was roughly half of my day was in the gym.
Half your day in the gym.
Yes, it was like a job, but not a paying job yet.
Ah, wow, that's a wow. 진짜 열정이 진짜 passion was great. So, well, you didn't use any PEDs at the time.
At my first 2 shows, no.
First 2 shows.
But obviously, being 130 is kind of tiny when you look at the women that were on stage.
Ah.
And then after reading the material, gaining my own knowledge behind what's out there, I took the necessary steps. I also was around other male athletes that had experience with all types of supplements. I asked their advice and got some information from them, but I'll be honest with you, it's no way for a woman to develop the type of muscle density that we carry today without it.
Ah, okay. Because no one talk about this.
I don't know why. It's part of the sport.
Yeah.
You can't deny what's the truth. It's obvious. No one is stupid. You can lie to yourself, and that becomes a really bad habit to keep. But everyone knows that. I think women, for one, have to realize that it's not a whole lot that a woman can take. The majority of the things are from men, and you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Also, the dosage, you have to be very careful. You have to be smart. I know you want a type of physique, the definitions, the lean muscle tissue, but it takes time.
Yeah.
It's not overnight success.
Yeah.
So, women, if you are in a field with men training, do not deny yourself from reading the material.
Be smart, guys.
Be smart.
And also, as a bodybuilding legend, how do you think the women's bodybuilding and fitness will evolve in future?
For the length of my career, we have not had that mainstream media coverage.
Yeah.
I see that it is going in another direction because you have someone in the sport that really love the women athletes.
Yeah.
And they're treating them a lot different than before. So because of that media driven that they're giving the women, and they're allowing the women to be themselves and not be labeled as, the harsh word to say is, "Ugh, I don't like that muscle," and also place them in the magazines. So I see greatness. Jacob Woods is really for the women athletes, and when you have someone placing their attention and time, I see it doing very, very well. Much better than in the past.
Ah, okay. And also, I'm curious about your future plans. So, what's your? Can you picture? Okay.
Well, I have a lot of things that I have on my list to do. One of them is I want to write a book.
Oh.
But this book is going to be different. It's going to be a book for every Olympia title that I accomplish. Dark side of the sport. The things that I went through when I'm preparing during my off season. Because again, it looks very glamorous on the outside.
Yeah, that's right.
Until you step inside and begin that transformation. I want them to be educated because a lot of people have coaches not actually giving the athletes the best advice. So one thing I do recommend every athlete is to read on their own and get their own meaning before they tap into something that they have no clue what can take place. Other things that I'm gonna start doing is I already coach a lot of different athletes, a lot of male athletes, and I'm gonna start doing some online Q&A. I'm very shy. You probably can't tell, and you're probably like, how is that possible? You won 10 titles, you've been on the Olympia stage. And I've been hidden for such a long time. But now I decide to come out of the closet, if you want to say out of the closet. So those are a couple of things that I have in plan, but the other things I have to keep a secret. Sorry.
Sure.